When the world ended, my twin sister pushed me into the horde to save herself. I woke up in a world of magic, with her smiling at me like nothing happened. The end came without warning. One moment, the city was normal, traffic, crowds, the ordinary chaos of millions of lives intersecting. I was walking home from university, texting Yuna about dinner, complaining about my professor's impossible assignment. Normal, boring, safe. The next, the sky tore open. Not like in movies, no dramatic rumbling, no warning signs. Just a rip, like fabric being pulled apart, revealing something behind it that wasn't sky. Wasn't anything. Just absence. A void that swallowed light and sound and existence itself. And then things started falling through. Not monsters. Worse. Gaps. Holes in reality that spread when they touched anything. A horde of nothing that consumed everything it encountered. I ran. Everyone ran. The streets became rivers of screaming people, all pushing, shoving, trampling each other to escape the spreading emptiness. Behind us, buildings vanished, not collapsed, not destroyed, just gone. As if they'd never existed. My phone buzzed. Yuna, where are you? Her voice crackled with panic. I'm near the bridge, the old one. I can see you. Run. I looked up. Across the chaos, I saw her. My twin. Same face, same hair, same terrified eyes. She was on the bridge, waving frantically. I ran toward her. We met in the middle. The bridge was packed with people, hundreds, maybe thousands, all trying to reach the other side. Below us, the river churned dark and cold. Above us, the sky kept tearing, more voids appearing with every heartbeat. Yuna grabbed my arm. We have to get across. Now. Together, we pushed through the crowd. She was stronger than me, always had been, faster, sharper, more decisive. I followed, trusting her like I'd trusted her my whole life. We were almost there. The other side was close enough to see, close enough to feel. Just a few more meters. Then the bridge collapsed. Not all of it. Just the section behind us. People fell screaming into the void below. The crowd surged forward, trampling each other in panic. Yuna and I were pressed against the railing, metal groaning under the pressure. We have to jump, Yuna said. Her eyes were wild, desperate. Into the water. It's our only chance. I looked down. The water was far, too far, but the void was closer. I could feel it behind me, cold and hungry and wrong. Together, I said. On 3. 1, 2, 3. I jumped. Yuna didn't. I hit the water and lived. Somehow, impossibly, I lived. The cold stole my breath, my vision, my sense of direction. I fought to the surface, gasping, looking up at the bridge. At Yuna, standing at the railing, watching me. She hadn't jumped. She'd never intended to. She'd used me, my jump, my momentum, to distract the crowd, to clear a path. While everyone surged toward the spot where I'd gone over, she slipped through and ran to safety. I saw her reach the other side. Saw her look back one last time. Then the void took the bridge, and I saw nothing else. I floated for hours, maybe days. Time stopped meaning anything in the water. I drifted in and out of consciousness, dreaming of Yuna's face, waking to cold and darkness, slipping under again and again. When I finally washed ashore, I was on a beach I didn't recognize. The sand was silver. The water was purple. And the sky was wrong. 2 moons. Strange constellations. Colors that shouldn't exist. I lay there for a long time, too exhausted to move, too shocked to think. Eventually, a group of people found me, robed figures with kind faces and strange accents. They spoke a language I didn't understand, but their hands were gentle as they lifted me, carried me, took me somewhere warm. I slept for 3 days. When I woke, I was in a world called Etheria. I learned quickly. Etheria was a world of magic. Everyone had some. Weak for most, strong for a few. The strong ones went to the academy, learned to control their gifts, became something important. Mages. Scholars. Leaders. And me? I had magic too. Strong magic. The kind that made people whisper and stare. They tested me at the local temple, some kind of assessment, measuring my potential. The priestess's eyes went wide when she saw the results. Exceptional, she breathed. Never seen anything like it. She must go to the academy. So I went. What else could I do? My world was gone. My sister had betrayed me. This strange place was all I had left. They gave me a name, Hayone, because my real name meant nothing here. A past, orphan from the provinces, discovered late, raw talent. A future, student at the most prestigious academy in Etheria. I threw myself into it. Learning, training, becoming. If this world was my second chance, I'd use it. I'd become someone. I'd forget the sister, who'd watched me fall. Then on my first day at the academy, I walked into the grand hall and saw her. Same face, same smile, same eyes that had watched me fall. Yuna, sitting at a table of important students, laughing at something, looking up as I entered. Our eyes met. She smiled, the same smile she'd worn on the bridge. I froze. The world tilted. For a moment, I was back in the water, drowning, dying, hating. Then she looked away, returning to her conversation, and I realized she didn't recognize me. How could she? In this world, I was Hayone. Strange face, strange name, strange past. She had no reason to know me. But I knew her. I'd never forget her. And I was going to find out how she got here. I didn't sleep that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the bridge. The void. Yuna's face as she watched me fall. Now she was here, in this magical world, living some perfect life, while I drowned in memories of death. But she didn't remember. I watched her for weeks, studied her, followed her. She was popular, beautiful, talented, charming. She had friends who adored her, teachers who praised her, a future brighter than anyone's. She'd been in Etheria for years, they said. Born here, raised here, always here. Impossible. She was my twin. Same face, same birthday, same blood. If she'd been born here, I'd have been born here too. Unless she came here first. Unless the void didn't kill her, it sent her. And I followed, somehow, drawn by the bond we'd shared since birth. I needed to know more, needed to understand. So I did the only thing I could. I got closer. Her name here was Yuna too. Some things didn't change. She was a third-year student, specializing in elemental magic. Fire, mostly. She was good at it. Fire suited her. I arranged to be in her classes. Sat near her. Watched her. Listened. She was kind to everyone, warm, generous, quick to laugh. The kind of person everyone loved. The kind of person who'd pushed her sister into a void. One day, she approached me. Hayone, right? She smiled, and it was like the sun coming out. You're in my elemental theory class. I've been meaning to introduce myself. You're always so focused. I admire that. I forced a smile. Thanks. You're Yuna, isn't it? Everyone talks about you. She laughed, a genuine sound that made my heart twist. Do they? I hope it's good things. She sat beside me. Look, I know this is random, but I'm having a study group tonight. Just a few people. You should come. I should say no. Should keep my distance. Sure. I heard myself say. I'd like that. Her smile widened. Great. See you then. She walked away, and I watched her go, and I hated myself for wanting to believe she was innocent. The study group was at her dorm, a beautiful suite reserved for top students. 5 of us, all women, all talented. We drank tea and discussed magical theory and laughed at stupid jokes. Normal, friendly, human. Yuna was the perfect host. Attentive, warm, interested in everyone. She asked about my studies, my background, my interests. I lied smoothly. Orphan, provinces, discovered late. She accepted it without question. By the end of the night, I almost forgot who she was. Almost. Then, as I was leaving, I saw it. A shadow. Just for a moment. In the corner of her room, where the light didn't quite reach. A shape that shouldn't exist. Darker than dark. Watching. I froze. Yuna noticed. What's wrong? Nothing. I forced my eyes away. Just tired. Thanks for tonight. I left quickly. Walked fast through the crystal-lit streets. Didn't look back. But I felt it. Following me. Watching me. The void hadn't died when our world ended. It had followed us here. I researched obsessively after that night. The Academy Library had records of everything: magical phenomena, dimensional breaches, creatures from beyond. I found mentions of things like the void, reality eaters they called them, beings that consumed worlds and moved on. Rare. Powerful. Almost unstoppable. And once they fixated on something, someone, they never stopped hunting. Yuna was its fixation. I didn't know why. Maybe because she'd survived when our world died. Maybe because she'd crossed between dimensions with something the void wanted. Maybe because she was simply marked, and the mark drew it like blood draws sharks. Whatever the reason, the void was here. And it was getting stronger. I started seeing it everywhere. In shadows. In reflections. In the spaces between moments. Always watching. Always waiting. And Yuna? She seemed oblivious. Laughing, studying, living her perfect life, while darkness circled. I had to tell her. Had to warn her. Had to what? Save the sister who'd killed me? I didn't know. But I knew I couldn't do nothing. I confronted her in the gardens, away from others, where shadows pooled thick beneath the crystal trees. Yuna. I grabbed her arm. We need to talk. She looked surprised but not alarmed. Hey one, what's wrong? Do you remember a bridge? I searched her eyes. A city being destroyed? A void that swallowed everything. Her face went blank, confused. What are you talking about? Our world. My voice shook. The world before this one. The world where you pushed me into a void and watched me fall. She stared at me for a long moment. Then she laughed, nervous, uncertain. Hey one, that's crazy. I've lived here my whole life. I've never seen you before this year. I don't know what you're talking about. Look at me. I grabbed her face, forcing her to meet my eyes. Really look, we're twins, Yuna. Same face, same blood, same birthday. You can't tell me that's coincidence. She pulled away, scared now. I don't know what you want from me. Please, just leave me alone. She turned to run, and froze. Because behind her, in the shadows of the crystal trees, something was watching. Not watching us. Watching her. Hungry. Patient. Ancient. The void had found its prey. Yuna saw it too. Her face went white. What is that? It followed you. My voice was calm now, steady. From our world. It wants something you have. I don't have anything. I don't remember. It doesn't care what you remember. It cares what you are. I stepped between her and the shadow. And I think I know what that is. I'd been researching more than just the void. I'd been researching her. The real her. The one who'd come to this world years before me, who'd built a life here, who'd forgotten everything before. The records were hidden in the Academy's restricted section, documents about vessels, people born with connections to other dimensions. Yuna was one. A rare, powerful vessel, her soul threaded through realities like a needle through fabric. In our world, that connection had drawn the void. It had consumed everything, trying to reach her, trying to absorb her. And on the bridge, when she pushed me, she hadn't been trying to save herself. She'd been trying to save me. The memory came back in fragments. Yuna, years ago, discovering what she was, researching the void, learning its nature, realizing that as long as she lived, our world was in danger. Making a choice. On the bridge, she hadn't pushed me to die. She'd pushed me to live. The jump, she'd known the water would send me somewhere. Somewhere safe. Somewhere the void couldn't follow, at least not immediately. She'd stayed behind to draw its attention, to give me time. She'd sacrificed herself for me. And I'd spent months hating her for it. I turned to Yuna. Tears streamed down my face. You remember, I whispered. Somewhere inside, you remember. You pushed me to save me. You stayed to die. She stared at me, confusion warring with something else, a flicker of recognition, of pain, of knowing. She pressed her hands to her head. I see things. Dreams. A bridge. A girl falling. Water. Cold. I thought they were nightmares. I thought. They're real. I grabbed her hands. They're us. Our world. Our life. Our sacrifice. The shadow behind us stirred. Impatient. Hungry. Touching, it whispered. Asterisk, but irrelevant. She is mine. She has always been mine. Asterisk. I faced it. No. She's not yours. She never was. Asterisk, she carries my mark. Born with it. Destined for it. The vessel exists to be consumed. Asterisk. She exists to live. To love. To be more than your hunger. I stepped forward, placing myself between Yuna and the void. And I won't let you take her. The void laughed, a sound like reality tearing. Asterisk, bold little thing. You cannot stop me. No one can. Asterisk. Maybe not. I raised my hands, magic gathering, power I didn't fully understand building in my core. But I can try. The void attacked. Not physically, it didn't need to be physical. It attacked reality itself, unraveling the garden around us. Trees vanished. Paths dissolved. The sky above us began to tear, just like in our world, just like before. I fought back with everything I had. Magic I'd barely learned poured from me in waves, light, force, will. I pushed against the void's unraveling, trying to hold our reality together. It was like holding back the ocean with a spoon. Impossible. Futile. But I kept trying. Because behind me was Yuna, my twin, my sister, the person I'd hated and loved and lost and found. I wasn't losing her again. Yuna's hands grabbed my shoulders. Let me help. Her voice was different, stronger, surer. I remember everything. She stepped beside me, raised her own hands, and magic exploded from her. Not like mine, different. Deeper. Older. The power of a vessel, a soul connected to realities beyond reality. She didn't fight the void. She fed it. Not with herself, with something else. Memories. Emotions. The love and pain and fear and hope of a lifetime. She gave the void everything it wanted, everything it craved. And then she took it back. I watched in awe as Yuna reversed the void's hunger. Instead of consuming, she unconsumed. Instead of unraveling, she wove. The void screamed, actually screamed, a sound that tore through dimensions as she pulled its essence apart, scattered it across realities, made it nothing. When it was over, she collapsed. I caught her, held her, cried into her hair. You're alive, I whispered. You're alive, you're... Hey one. Her voice was weak, but warm. My sister. My stupid, wonderful sister, who jumped when I told her to. You pushed me. I saved you. She smiled, not the smile from the bridge, but something real, something true. I'd do it again. Every time. We held each other as the garden slowly rebuilt itself around us. Crystal trees regrew. Paths reformed. The sky sealed, leaving only stars, the same stars we'd both seen as children, in a world that no longer existed. But we existed. We were here. Together. That was enough. The academy was confused. 2 students had apparently destroyed a reality-eating entity in the gardens. The professors didn't know whether to punish us or celebrate us. In the end, they did both. A month of detention for unauthorized magical activity and a commendation for exceptional service to dimensional stability. We took it. What else could we do? Yuna and I spent every moment together after that. Talking, remembering, grieving our lost world, and celebrating our found one. She told me about her years in Etheria before I arrived, the loneliness, the dreams, the constant sense that something was missing. I felt you, she said one night, staring at the crystal stars. Every day. A hole where you should be. I didn't understand it until you showed up. I felt you too. In the water. Drowning. Dying. I squeezed her hand. I think that's how I found this world. I followed you. Maybe. She leaned against me. Or maybe we're just too stubborn to be apart. Probably both. We laughed. It felt good. It felt right. We learned later what the void really was. Not a monster. Not a predator. A wound. A scar left by an older conflict between beings we couldn't comprehend. It drifted through realities, seeking vessels like Yuna, souls that could feel its pain, carry its memory, maybe even heal it. It hadn't wanted to consume her. It had wanted her to understand. You could have told me, Yuna said to the empty air, after we learned the truth. Instead of destroying my world, instead of hunting me. No answer. The void was gone, scattered, unreachable. But sometimes late at night, I feel something. Not a presence, more like an absence. A hole where something used to be. And I wonder if the void is out there, somewhere, still searching, still hoping, still wanting to be understood. We weren't alone. Once we started looking, we found others. Students, teachers, people in the city, all with the same mark, the same connection. Vessels like Yuna. Souls threaded through realities. Some remembered their other lives. Some didn't. Some were hunted by remnants of the void, smaller wounds that still drifted. Some had made peace with their nature. We formed a group, a community, a family. Yuna led it. She was born to lead, I realized. In our world, she'd been fierce and protective. Here, she became something more. A bridge between vessels, between realities, between what was and what could be. I was her second, her support, her sister. It was enough. 1 year after the void's destruction, we faced a choice. The Academy offered us a way back. A ritual, complex and dangerous, that could return us to our original world, or what remained of it. The void's damage might have reversed. Our world might have rebuilt. We could go home. Yuna and I sat on the roof of the Academy, staring at the crystal stars, and talked about it for hours. Do you want to go back? She asked. I don't know. Do you? Silence. Then, I'm scared. What if it's still destroyed? What if we go back, and it's just nothing? Then we come back here. I took her hand. We have that now. A choice. A home. Each other. She nodded slowly. Each other. That's the important part. In the end, we decided to stay. Our world was gone. Not physically, maybe, but the life we'd had there, the people we'd loved, the future we'd imagined. That was all memory now. But memory wasn't nothing. Memory was what we carried forward, what we built on. Etheria was our home now. The vessels were our family. And we had each other. That was enough. 5 years after the void, I'm 24. Yuna and I run a center for vessels, new arrivals, confused souls, people like us who've crossed between worlds and need help adjusting. We teach them about their gifts, protect them from lingering threats, help them build new lives. It's good work. Important work. Sometimes, late at night, I still dream of the bridge. The fall. The water. Yuna's face as she watched me go. But the dreams don't hurt anymore. They're just memories. Part of the story that made us who we are. Yuna dreams too. Different dreams. The years she spent alone here, waiting for someone she couldn't remember. The void's whispers, calling to her in the dark. The moment I appeared in the grand hall, and something in her recognized me even when her mind couldn't. We talk about our dreams sometimes. Not always. Some things don't need words. Today, a new vessel arrived. Young, maybe 16. Confused. Scared. She came through during a storm, washed up on the silver beach, just like I did, years ago. Yuna and I went to meet her together. She looked at us with wide eyes, our matching faces, our calm presence. Where am I? She whispered. What happened to my world? Yuna knelt beside her. You're in Etheria. And your world. I'm sorry. It's gone. The girl's face crumpled. Yuna pulled her into a hug, held her while she cried. I watched and remembered being that girl. Remembered the terror, the grief, the confusion. Remembered how alone I'd felt. But this girl wasn't alone. She had us. She had the vessels. She had a community that understood. When she finally stopped crying, Yuna introduced me. This is my sister, Heywan. We're twins, same face, same blood, Same story as you. We've been where you are, and we're going to help you through it. The girl looked at us, hope flickering in her eyes. Really? Really? I knelt beside Yuna. What's your name? Sujin, she whispered. Well, Sujin. I smiled. Welcome to your new life. It's going to be hard, but you're not alone anymore. She cried again, but different tears this time. Relief. Gratitude. The beginning of healing. Yuna caught my eye over her head and smiled. The real smile. The one that meant everything. We'd come so far. Lost so much. Built so much. And now we were here, helping someone else do the same. That night, Yuna and I sat on the roof again, watching crystal stars. Do you ever regret it? She asked. Following me here? Staying?
No.
I leaned against her. Never. Even though I pushed you? Especially because you pushed me. I looked at her. You saved my life, Yuna. In the only way you could. I spent months hating you for it, but now I understand. She was quiet for a moment. Then, I'm sorry it took so long. For me to remember. For us to find each other again. We found each other. That's what matters. We sat in comfortable silence, watching the stars. Below us, the city hummed with life, magic and laughter, and the ordinary chaos of people living. Somewhere in that city was Sujin, our newest vessel, starting her journey. Somewhere were the others we'd helped, the lives we'd touched, the family we'd built. And here, on this roof, were two sisters who'd crossed dimensions to be together. We should write this down, Yuna said suddenly. Our story, for the ones who come after. Like a message in a bottle? Like a guide. A hope.
She turned to me.
So they know that whatever they've lost, whatever they're facing, they're not alone. There's a place for them. There's always a place. I thought about it. Thought about the girl who'd drowned in another world and washed up in this one. The woman who'd hated and loved and fought and forgiven. Okay, I said. Let's write it. And we did.